Thank you for joining us tonight for the Vulcan Victory Torchlight Parade. This is brought to you on SPNN TV by Blaze Credit. My name is Tom LaSalle, and with me tonight,
I'm Brent LaSalle.
So Brent, let's just talk a minute. I guess the parade's going to be here pretty soon, but just to give you folks a quick background about why we even have a parade. In 1885, a New York reporter came up here. Trains are starting to get to St. Paul. St. Paul was on the verge of the westward expansion. And he wrote an article saying that this St. Paul was another Siberia unfit for human habitation in winter. And as a result, the local leaders of St. Paul, they weren't going to stand for that. And the result was the St. Paul Winter Carnival. Next to me is Steve Robertson. Steve is a Vulcan, 70... I forget now, Steve.
2003.
75th Vulcan?
Oh, 75th Vulcanus Rex.
Vulcanus Rex. So, and you're going to meet the this year's Vulcanus Rex at the end of the evening, provided they successfully overthrow Boreas. Why don't you tell folks a little bit about how Vulcan got started?
Well, Vulcan got started as we just heard back in 1886. Just a little bit of tidbit. This is the oldest festival in America, the oldest community celebration. Its purpose is to showcase Minnesota's vitality and to refute the Eastern claims, the New York City claims, that St. Paul was a frozen Siberia. The founder of Winter Carnival was Delos Montfort. He was a colonel in the Civil War. He was the president of the Second National Bank here in St. Paul. And when he heard that article, they got together and said, we need to create a festival to show Minnesotans love winter and how we celebrate winter.
So with us on Steve's left, we have King Boreas 88, John Harrington from 2025. King, welcome.
Thank you much. It's a
Hail
pleasure
Boreas.
to be here. Hail Boreas, hail Boreas now. Come on now.
You've had a good winter.
So this is the man who is responsible for the first 4 months of winter that you folks had.
It's been a pleasure to bring you snow and ice carvings, ice skating, all of the great loves of Minnesotans.
So Brent, who's on your right?
I have the great honor of getting to introduce all of you to the star of the show. I have with me the 2025 Queen of the Snows, Tessa Westland.
Hail the Queen.
Hail the Queen.
Hail the Queen. Tessa is from right here in St. Paul in Mac-Groveland. She currently works as a human resources training and compliance specialist for the Salvation Army, and where she leads the Northern Division in the Safe from Harm program, where she equips individuals to respond and effectively report while fiercely advocating and supporting others. While growing up in a full household, she's the youngest of four and now acts as the fun aunt for her nieces and nephews. Tessa, are any of those other people from that fun household, or are they connected to Winter Carnival in any way?
A few of them are. I am a legacy family, so I grew up attending Winter Carnival. They had a skating rink right next to the Landmark Center, and so a lot of my time was spent there. And from there came my dad became a part of the characters, and also my sisters. So it is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I was able to follow through and be Queen of the Snows this year, last year.
So John, tell us, you've had a little journey coming up to be king. A lot of us know you from the city, chief of police. What other things have you done?
I moved here in 1977 very deliberately to be a St. Paul police officer. It was my dream job, and it never let me down. 33 years as a St. Paul cop, the last 6 as chief of police. I put my toe in the political world very delicately and joined the Minnesota Senate for 2 years, and then went right back to copping as soon as I could and became chief of Metro Transit and then commissioner of public safety for the entire state of Minnesota. When I was done with that, the Boreai recruited me, I call it ambush actually, and talked me into taking on the responsibility for hosting an event and a year-long pageant of all things great for St. Paul.
Well, great. It's a tradition in Winter Carnival and Aquatennial that they lie to people to get them to take these roles. So Steve, apparently Vulcan thinks this is their night, since they called it the Vulcan Torchlight Victory
That is
Torchlight
correct.
Parade. Tell us some more about Vulcan.
Well, the Vulcans actually came into being in the 1930s. For 50 years, from 1886 to about 1935, there was just a legend between Borealis and King Cole. And then Vulcanus Rex and his crew were introduced to St. Paul in the 1930s.
So Steve shares something with Brent and me, because part of Vulcan's job is to bring summer back. All
Absolutely.
three of us have been Commodore for the Aquatennial. Steve's the only Vulcan Commodore.
Vulcador.
Vulcador.
So Tessa, I understand you serve not as the only young woman in the group. There are some others that serve with you.
Yeah, so in the St. Paul Winter Carnival legend, there's Aurora, Queen of the Snows, and there are 4 wind princesses representing the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. To be a Winter Carnival royalty, there is a application online and about a 4-month candidacy period where you will be judged and representing a sponsor, as well as giving your best shot at public speaking, practicing interview opportunities, as well as just becoming really good friends and finding a team to serve as royal women.
Now, it's pretty bright up here, folks, so I can't see any of you, but I'm going to guess there are some very young ladies out there that are interested in being princesses. Where do you start that? You don't start at Winter Carnival, do you?
Well, you can be anywhere from 21 upward as an age, from any background. We want all women to come forward, mothers, daughters, sisters, working women, women who are at the home. Everybody is welcome to run. And to start your journey, if you're a little bit younger, we also offer the Junior Royalty Program starting in 7th grade. So if you are not yet 21 but have an interest in becoming a part of this organization, we have as early as that point and into the senior program as well.
Well, there's more to Winter Carnival than just this week. And this is a big week, but a lot of this is really all about volunteerism. As you walk around tonight, you'll see folks in red coats and blue coats. Anybody working on this is a volunteer. And the people who really get involved are the big volunteers. But I would encourage any of you to get involved. Volunteering's, you give back a lot more than you give. Winter Carnival is a great place to volunteer. It's a safe place to be. Steve, we've talked about starting festivalmatch.com. How many marriages have you presided over?
With Winter Carnival people, over 300.
Steve's also a minister.
I am.
What other things do you do?
I am on the board of directors for the Fire and Brimstone, board of directors for Aquatennial. I love Carnival. This showcases our love for St. Paul. Chief Harrington referred to that. We do this out of deep, deep, deep love. We would invite you to join us.
What kind of volunteers does that group do?
Yes.
Because it's not a one-week thing.
It's not a one-week thing. I've been in this now for 23 years. Never regretted it.
The great lie of Carnival. It's 10 days and 2 parades. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you have no idea which is in store for you. You know, so since your week just ended, and as this started, like a week ago Friday is when you gave up your crown. What did they do? What did Boreas do all week in the family?
The 10 days of Carnival are literally 10, 12 to 14-hour days that start at old dark hours as you get on a bus full of Carnival folks, and you get to go to some of the best places in St. Paul. You get to go to schools, nursing homes. You get to go visit the vets. You get to visit folks in our business community and in our all the different kinds of communities that make up St. Paul. You really get a flavor for what makes St. Paul such a great city. And beyond actually St. Paul. It's not just confined to St. Paul, although it is our carnival. I have seen more of the state of Minnesota than I did even when I was Commissioner of Public Safety.
So you know the other great lie they told you? Friday they said you were done.
Yeah, I laugh about that all the time. So.
Yeah, so Tessa, that was what we do for the 10 days of Carnival. What do you do for the other 355 days?
Here, the royal family did over 320 events throughout the state of Minnesota during the reign. So we were busy in different communities, again, serving at senior centers, volunteering, doing charity work, and it was truly one of the best experiences of my life.
And it's not just the state of Minnesota. You guys go anywhere else?
Yeah, so we actually had the opportunity to travel. We went to our friendly neighbors of the North, Canada, for their Manitoba, right?
Yep.
I'm forgetting where
Winnipeg.
directionally here we're going. Canada, we've gone to Florida. We have some friends visiting from Florida for our IVRs this year, as well as Macon, Georgia, Texas. We'll be in Chicago for the Thanksgiving parade. Am I missing anything for you?
California for a Rose Bowl.
Yeah, as I say, the fun one.
Yeah. The wet one, actually. So.
They were literally, we shovel snow. They were shoveling rain off of that, off the green for that game. It was a crazy downpour.
So Steve, Volcanus Rex wasn't always called Volcanus Rex, was he?
No, Fire King Cole.
So how did that transpire? What happened?
Well, at first, when they first created the legend, Colonel Montfort chose King Cole and then chose Borealis because we are the Star of the North. And that's where he got his name. General Johnson from the Civil War became Borealis. And it was Volcanus Rex and Borealis until just the turn of the century in the 1900s. And then it was King Boreas and Volcanus Rex.
There's not a lot of things that have been going on for 140 years. And, I've been here for 15 years, but I can remember, I grew up in St. Paul right by Highland Park. And one of the things we'll meet tonight is the winner of who discovered the treasure on the treasure hunt. I used to go look for that every year because I was like half a block from Highland Park Golf Course, so that's where we looked every year.
I worked midnights for a long time, and I watched them tear up Mounds Park, Phelan, and every other bloody park in the city of St. Paul looking for that medallion. So,
Well, this year's the largest prize.
Is it?
Yeah, $15,000.
Oh, wow.
Should have sent my
When I
kids
was
to
a
look.
senior in college, I had the bright idea to go interview for a psychology class, go interview people who were looking for the treasure. So I borrowed, in those days, not very many recording things were around. So I borrowed a recorder, took it out. It was about 10 below that day, did my whole thing, turned on the recorder, and it had frozen. Nothing. I had nothing. So now you just take your phone out.
So you guys got to spend some time in some of the communities. What are some of the communities that are part of Winter Carnival and the broader community world here?
Well, I think that there is a lot of community celebrations in St. Paul and Minneapolis. There's a Minneapolis Aquatennial in the summer, the St. Paul Winter Carnival. We have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day parade, as well as Cinco de Mayo. All wonderful celebrations within the Twin Cities here, but there are also community festivals such as the South St. Paul Parade. There is the St. Anthony Parade, Mounds View, Shoreview, Coon Rapids. There was a Roseville Parade. There's so many cities that have offerings celebrating community for all people to come forward and join in the fun.
A number of you guys are going to get to see a number of those cities today. Many of them will be in this parade. You will see some younger princesses, queens, and ambassadors, all out representing their local towns, their local festivals. It's all really part of a very large program that has lots of people participating in it, far more than just you see in the cities.
So
Getting
Steve,
some feedback.
Yeah.
what's the Royal Chariot?
The Royal Chariot is the Laverne. The Laverne is the 9th member of the Vulcan crew. It's been part of the Vulcan crew since late 1930s. And it was made in Laverne, Minnesota, so it gets its name, the Laverne. It's believed to be one of its type that's left. There's no other truck like that. The city of St. Paul, the fire department, began allowing the crew to use it. Then they sold it to us for $1.
It's amazing they can get it running every year.
It takes a lot of money to get it going. We've overhauled everything. So we have the shell, but the inside is all new.
So how many of you are here for the first time to see the attempted overthrow of King Boreas tonight? So You're in for quite a fight. It's a struggle. Now, we saw the guard this year. I think Boreas has a pretty good chance, and Boreas is pretty good size. So we'll see. That's going to take place right on the steps here after the parade. After that, there's fireworks right out here in the park. And then the Vulcan has a dance at the International Hotel. Now they titled, what do they call it?
St. Paul Hotel.
Oh, it's at the St. Paul this year.
St. Paul this
St.
year.
Paul this year.
I
What do
also
they
wanna-
call that dance?
Victory dance.
That's a little presumptuous, isn't it?
We've never lost yet.
I will say the Landmark Center also has an open dance and band for the community to come in. So warm up and have treats. I believe the DJs from KDWB will be present. So enjoy that after fireworks as well.
That's great. There's also stuff going on in the park, isn't there?
I'd hope so. There's a lot of lights out there.
There's a lot of lights, a lot of fun things out there. I will tell you this, folks. If you're worried that Vulcan might lose this year, trust me, the party would go on. And Steve, they can still, if you haven't signed up, you can still go. Is that correct?
Actually, there's no tickets sold at the door tonight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We are sold out.
Sold out. Wow. People
More
are
reason
pretty
to check in
comfortable.
the Landmark Center right
Yes,
now.
more
Lot of
reason to go and
confidence.
celebrate with KDWB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So, John, what have you heard anything that they told you you're going to have to do now that you're done being Boreas? What's next?
Oh, what's next is we're really using Carnival to both build up the city and also to support the charities that we were about. Tessa has been instrumental in supporting the Heart Association, highlighting the prevalence of heart attacks in women, and I have been supporting domestic violence, St. Paul Intervention Project, and we've been able to raise funds through the Carnival for our charities. And at the same time, we've also been able to go out and highlight just how good St. Paul is to all these other communities. We are spokespeople for the city as we're looking at our downtown and hoping that we're going to see more businesses and more communities come here because St. Paul's where it's at.
That's great.
Tessa, I understand there are some interesting facts about the Queen that we've picked up recently. Can you share any of the funnier stuff we've learned?
Yeah, so in 1896, for whatever reason, the organizers decided to go with a male Queen of the Snows, known as Gloriana, which is the Daisy Queen, who is portrayed by Mr. Andrew Heckler, and he performed the duties as Queen of the Snows and was at the side of Boreas Rex, Justice Charles Flandreau. And then in 1916, there were 108 women who applied to be Queen of the Snows, and over 15,000 people attended that coronation, and another estimated 30,000 were turned away.
How many candidates were there this year?
There, I believe, were 16.
All right.
12 or 16. The year I ran, there was 8, and so thinking that there was 108 women running, that's absolutely insane. But the crazy part about this is that the Boreas Rex could not decide on one queen, so he crowned every single candidate that year, including a 9-month-old baby.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, 16 is a lot of candidates to have at one of these things.
Yes.
So 108 is an amazing number.
I can't even imagine.
But it shows the pride in Winter Carnival back then.
Yeah. And
There are
again,
some great pictures that we've seen of Winter Carnival coronations that are in the Roy Wilkins Auditorium, where literally they packed the auditorium with literally tens of thousands of people coming for coronation. So,
It looks like the parade is turning the corner.
Don't everybody look at one time now, right?
We warned you there was a parade coming. It'll take a couple minutes before it gets in front of you. So as, things to remember then is after this, you sure want to hang around for the Vulcan Overthrow. Those of you who are out in front of us, this street will be full of fire trucks, lots of noise, lots of activity, lots of fun. The Overthrow will take care of right on the steps.
After the Overthrow, there will also be fireworks and, of course, that live band and warming up in the Landmark Center with KDWB. So please walk your way over and enjoy the ice sculptures as well in Rice Park.
And I'd encourage all of you to consider volunteering. This is a great organization to volunteer with. You get the opportunity to meet people that are different, that do different things than you do. I've met 3 morticians, Steve, since I've been around Winter Carnival.
I don't want to meet one yet.
Well, usually you only meet one, and they do all the talking.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty fun meeting 3 of them, and they were a
Come on,
lot more fun
it's
than
better
I
to be
thought.
seen than viewed any day now.
That's right,
So
that's right. Real quick, before the parade comes, there's been 36 ice palaces built in St. Paul since 1887 when it was the first Winter Carnival Ice Palace. That was the largest ice palace in the world at the time.
What was really unique about that ice palace? Do you remember?
I don't.
Oh, First Electric.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
first
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Believe it or not, the first electrified thing in St. Paul was an ice palace. So that's
seems
pretty
fitting.
amazing. And if you ever saw the pictures of how they made ice palaces back then, it was terrifying. They're still very difficult to put together. They're very expensive, and they're somewhat dangerous to make. So here we have the police escort, and
Let's welcome the parade. Yay!
all right,
let's
St.
hear it
Paul's
for the
finest.
140th.
All right.
here we have the Vulcan V's.
Oh, that's not a good sign for the Vulcans. Have dropped that already. I'm thinking, maybe an omen of things to come.
So many of the people carrying the Vulcan V's are, some of them are family members from previous Vulcans, and they're all members of the Fire and Brimstone.
St. Paul Fire Department's coming up here. One of their beautiful trucks, Ladder 7. St. Paul Fire Department operates out of 15 fire stations. The newest one's over on the east side in my area, located throughout the city in 3 districts, under the command of 3 district chiefs and a deputy chief for each shift.
So now we have the Grand Marshal, the St. Paul Mayor, Mayor Herr. Welcome, Mayor.
Najong. St. Paul residents elected Kali Herr as the city's first woman and our first Asian American mayor in 2025. Mayor Herr was born in the mountains of Laos and came to the United States as a refugee at age 3. A strong work ethic, her family's tenacity, and support from her community propelled Mayor Herr to the highest levels of our state government, where she served as a state representative, and now to City Hall. Welcome, Mayor Herr.
Mayor Herr has been attending a lot of Winter Carnival events this year, including the ice fishing competition, the Klondike Kate Sizzler, as well as other events. So having her presence here has made a big difference. We're very happy to have her.
She also was at the coronation this year.
Was she? That's right, she was.
Yes, she was.
She's been busy enjoying all the festivities and hopefully staying warm.
It's quite an entourage that she had with her. It's difficult for us to see everybody that's out there, so pretty bright up here this year.
They usually don't focus so much on our faces for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't feel like they've lit us up in the past.
I doubt they'll make that mistake.
You have a face bit for radio, is what I was told. So
Something like that, yeah.
So how many parades do you think you were in the last year?
78 parades, I believe, was our final count.
Is
so.
that right?
Wow, that was a very specific answer.
You really enjoyed
Yes,
them, I can
and
see.
many of them I remember very specifically. So.
I bet you Steve's been in more.
More than I can count.
Yeah, I've lost track of parades too.
I've been in this parade before,
Oh yeah,
2 or 3 times.
I think we all have. So decorated, I'm not sure, but I think we have our business grand marshal, Blaze Credit, with their truck.
Blaze Credit Union, proud partner of the St. Paul Winter Carnival. Representing Blaze today is Archie, the 1952 Ford pickup, and your local Blaze staff. Little known fact, or maybe it's a well-known fact, is that Dan Stoltz is president of Blaze, and he is a past Boreas Rex and a past Commodore of the Aquatinio.
He
One
is.
of the
Dan's
rare
a good
cases
friend
where
of the
somebody
whole
has
community.
crossed the river
Steve
twice.
there? I can't tell.
Dan Stoltz, if you're there, wave. Not that we could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, here comes the
Oh,
police.
here we go. Yeah,
Nice
that looks like.
vehicle coming with
You're
it.
right.
I
There's a
believe
shape
it
to
had-
that vehicle that feels
there's
like
the
Dan.
old car.
Jamie
What was this
Henderson
one?
just passed, I believe, was the name on the car. I looked over and I'm being blinded by the light
Yeah.
here.
But I think Dan is on his way around the corner right now.
Well, Dan won't mind if we announce him twice.
A guy who's willing to be both Boreas
This
and
is
Commodore.
Archie here.
Yeah. Shows you my car expertise or truck expertise. If you're getting cold, folks, you're going to get warmed up in a couple minutes as the first hot air balloon comes through. There's several hot air balloons in the parade today. And they're
Oh, there's
very
Dan.
Here's Archie here.
All right. Well, Dan, we announced you earlier. It took you too long to get here.
We've done 12 minutes on you, Dan.
That's advertising, everybody. That is advertising.
You're getting a double introduction, Dan.
So Dan will be happy to talk to you about the benefits of volunteerism. Dan's a major volunteer, and he's also announced a number of parades with us in the past. So, and milk carton boat races.
So following Blaze Credit Union is the Pioneer Press. The Pioneer Press/TwinCities.com is the first newspaper of Minnesota since 1849, a proud sponsor of the Winter Carnival since its inception. In the celebration of the 140th Winter Carnival, we teamed up for the biggest treasure hunt ever, and with an up to $15,000 prize in money. You can find clues at the Pioneer Press or at TwinCities.com. And that medallion has been found, and we'll be viewing the winner here in just a bit.
Well, the winner should be right here.
Oh, perfect.
If the winner of the found the treasure is here, wave. We never got who you are.
It looks like also we have some past winners. I think we have 2017 right in front of us. Hello, hello, past winners of Medallion Hunters. I was gonna say, you folks look like you're staying warm up there.
Well, somewhere in here we had one of our sponsors, Dungarvan. I don't know, you may be with...
I think they're right there.
Well, coming now is the Southwind's bus truck. The Southwind bus comes from the balmy south of St. Paul.
Go ahead.
Features Notos, Prince of the South Wind, the 2025 Danny Malowski, Lady Curdy, and Southwind Princess Michaela.
So here's Dungarvan right
Previously,
here.
though, we have Dungarvan,
Oh.
our presenting sponsor, and has a mission of respecting and responding to choices of people in need to support aiming to help individuals with disabilities realize their goals and promote self-determination, dignity, and community inclusion, ensuring their choices guide the support they receive. Thank you so much, Dungarvan, for your support this year.
Yeah, Tessa and I got to knight, I think, 20
Now
of
we've
the
got the
Dungarvan
West
candidates.
Wind
So
team. I think we'll be seeing more of them tonight anyway, don't you?
Yes.
Olay! Ooh la la, look at that princess and former prince up there.
Now, folks, you should know that the West Wind has been known to be maybe not always loyal. Is that true?
A little unreliable is what the way we describe the southwest.
The
and
south wind, I mean, yeah.
the south winds.
They're not-
Our west winds are very dependable,
Dependable.
but our south is a little bit shaky. They have been known to wander off with the Vulcans on occasion. So
You could
No
tell
counting
John
for
was a
taste.
politician. That was very politic, the way you presented that. I
You
heard
know
he's
it.
a traitor at times.
And rounding the corner, we have this 2026 Winter Carnival royal family. King Boreas the 88th, Peter Kennefic, Aurora, Queen of the Snows, Aaron Gustafson, Prime Minister Tom Barrett, who is unable to be here today, but we have Christine Army, Captain of the Guard, Aaron Harrington, Sergeant of the Guard, Matt McGraw, King's Guard, Abigail Medville, Veed Mucinus, and Alex Doe.
Hail the guards.
Then we have Titan, Prince of the Northwind, Jim Hawkins, Northwind Princess, Stacy Johnson, Euros, Prince of the Eastwind, Thomas Maida, Eastwind Princess, Natalka McDonald, Zephyrs, Prince of the Westwind, Tyler Furman, Princess of the Westwind, Caitlin Bergstrom, Notos, Southwind Prince, Tim Whitaker, and Southwind Princess, Christine Henley.
And Tessa, look at the float. It has been completely redone from last year,
Looks
including
great.
a brand new throne for Boreas up at the top. So,
So we have the junior royalty here,
so
right in front of us,
Uh-oh.
and the Captain Ken's
Captain
fire
Ken's.
engine.
So,
So King Frost this year is Vinny, Queen of the Snowflakes Becca, Prince of Ice Landon, Princess of Ice Malia, Prince of Snow Sabine, and Prince of Snow Owen. They will be riding on the Captain Ken's antique 1923 Fox fire engine and has a long history in serving of the city of St. Paul community. The Captain's antique fire engine served in the St. Paul Fire Department from 1924 to 1954. It's a long time.
So Tessa, do you interact with them at all when you're during your year?
I do. I was a former junior a long time ago, and I will be helping coordinate these kids the next year. So good luck to them, good luck to me, and we'll have a whole lot of fun.
I agree. Good luck to you.
hail the juniors.
And what year were you a junior?
2012 with the best Volcanus Rex there is.
There you go. Following the juniors are the senior royalty. What makes this fun is that King Winter is John Erb, Queen of the Northlands is Terry Theno Erb, and the Princess of the Four Winds is Kitty Ryan. And Kitty Ryan is the only lady that has also served as a Vulcan. She was a baton twirler long time ago. Kitty, it's good to have you here.
And that's the first time we heard that story today, so that's fabulous. Was that an act of humility where the Vulcan decided not to have anybody twirling in front of them?
It was a flaming baton, as I understand, so it had some symbolic value. So,
Yeah, but it's hard to imagine they were humble.
who are those masked men? I think that's always a good question.
We're going to find out tonight.
You're going to find out. They'll be revealed.
Looks like the north wind took a wrong turn.
I'm sure they'll come back around, but let's talk about our Community Grand Marshal, Wally Westcott. Wally is well known for his generosity to many St. Paul schools and charities, especially the West 7th Street Boys Club, an organization helping local families with financial assistance, warm clothing, bikes, and toys at Christmas. Wally has been married to Rosie for 65 years, raising 5 children together. They, along with their son Kurt, own Westcott Station Antiques on West 7th Street, which will celebrate its 50-year anniversary next year. The Westcotts are credited with saving the historic Hilux gnomes from destruction when the original changed its ownership. The store's beloved Hilux gnomes marching in the parade since 1939, and colorfully decorated windows are always a bright spot in the St. Paul Winter Carnival.
So Wally,
Thank you, Wally and family.
so who do we have here?
Well, looks like the
East
East Winds have
Winds.
finally arrived, so.
So Euros and his princess are mystical, mysterious, magic, and mischievous wish granters of the St. Paul Winter Carnival. Of all the legend characters, the East Winds are considered the most fun, mischievous, and good-hearted. As you can take, it only takes one look at their genie attire, and children of all ages are entertained by the whistle and their good deeds that are done throughout the city.
This year's East Wind was Clayton Fox out of Woodbury, who brought not just his own joy and really big shoes with fuzzy falls on the tops of them, but a particular love of hijinks. More things were disappeared under his watch than any other East Wind, I think, in history.
They have a little bit of a theft problem some days. All in good fun, though.
You have to have a sense of humor to be an East Wind.
And a wardrobe that would make Zelda Marcos proud.
Next, we have the West Winds. The West Wind organization is composed of previous West Wind royalty, their families, and legend characters. West Wind Princess 2025, Samantha Axe, and Randy Hatch, Zephyrus, Prince of the West Wind. Zephyrus plays a key role in keeping his family and the responsible and unstable brothers in their place as being the dependable person with gentle harmony in the royal family.
He's a middle brother, probably. He's following the rules. So, unlike East.
So let's get a big yeehaw to the coolest celebration on earth. That was the coolest thing I think I've ever done, or at least this week.
One of the oldest participants in the Winter Carnival is the St. Paul bouncing team, which is coming just around the corner.
You going down, Steve?
I have been on the bounce. Wasn't pretty. They consist of 14 pullers. Each grab a set of handles affixed to a circular canvas blanket in order to launch an aerobic bouncy girl high into the air.
Not today, guys. I appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Would you like to bounce today? Come on. It might be warmer.
So they've been in the parade for 140 years?
Since 1886.
That's amazing. You guys are really old.
I definitely couldn't have done a flip or anything like that. That was quite impressive, ladies. Thank you, Bounce Team.
They're a highlight of every year, too. That 140 years of entertaining everybody.
They're unique to St. Paul.
Absolutely. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Jeff, as one of the pullers.
All right. Good for you. We have the St. Paul Clown Club here.
Here come the clowns.
Here
All
come
right.
the clowns.
They got some young ones this year, too.
Clowning around since 1946 when the St. Paul Clown Club's first parade occurred during the St. Paul Winter Carnival. Been clowning since then, and this year they are celebrating their 80th year of bringing smiles and laughter to people in parades and community events.
Following the clowns are the Hero Invitational, April 4th through 6th, St. Croix Recreation Center in Stillwater. It's a 3-day hockey tournament to raise money for soldiers. For Soldier 6.
So
They're nonprofit, trains dogs for veterans, police, firefighters, paramedics, correction officers, and 911 dispatchers.
So if you're watching this from home tonight, this is one of the most beautiful sights. I mean, it's amazing when you look out here at the park. All of the sculptures are lit, trees are lit, and after this, fireworks will be lit.
Rounding the corner, we have the Woodbury Days, which is a free family fun-filled weekend, August 21st through 23rd. Representing Woodbury is Miss Woodbury Lily, Princess Kasha, Prince Braden, Little Miss Woodbury Brian, Little Princess Yanis, Little Prince Isaac, and Senior Queen Shirley. Thank you so much, Woodbury Days, for being here tonight.
So now, my understanding is the ice sculptures will be available now in the future. They're going to. This is the first year they've ever still been, so they'll be here next week for people to come and see.
Unless Volk wins, of course, in which case Katie
I-
barred the door now. So.
I don't know. I think this is Boreas's year.
We'll see.
The king has spoken. He says he's taken Vulcan down this year. So I think we have a chance. It's,
Well, I don't remember a year like this from King too recently. So
Time always tells the truth. Just give it time.
you're pretty confident, Steve.
I am.
It's amazing what 139 victories will do to you.
I know summer's coming.
So this is our Grand Marshal of KSTP, Paul Folger and Lindsey Brown. Everyone welcome them.
Welcome.
All right. So Lindsay joined Eyewitness News in September of 2014, and Paul came to 5 Eyewitness News from KOCO in Oklahoma City.
Lindsay came from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, I bet you're happy you came here, folks. This is where the really good weather is.
Following our Grand Marshal, we have the St. Patrick's Association. The St. Patrick's Association funds and organizes the St. Patrick's Day Parade every year in downtown St. Paul. Miss Shamrock 2025, Mary Fisher, is joined by our newest 2026 Shamrock Princess as we kick off the 60th season of Green. Fun fact, this year's Boreas was also a former Mr. Pat. So I'm sure we're going to have a whole lot of green this year.
He's not the first Mr. Pat either. We've had several.
We've had a few.
And so is the Prime.
Here comes the St. Paul Winter Carnival Klondike Kates. These mistresses of merriment and frivolity for the St. Paul Winter Carnival. They are pleased to introduce from the Royal House of St. Croix Hospice the 2026 Klondike Kate, Ruby Erickson. Visit KlondikeKates.org for upcoming events.
hail the Kates.
Hail the Kates. Happy Winter Carnival. I hear Kimmy.
It looks like we have the Royal Guard and the Trooper with, I believe, Strawberry Fest, which is the third weekend in June. Representing Strawberry Fest are Ashley, Autumn, Ryan, Rosalind, Shannon, Caitlin, and Penelope.
Look at that. Hold on.
Warm up under that fire.
In that hot air balloon basket, I believe, is our 2025 button designer. Randall Peterson is from Forest Lake, Minnesota, and has enjoyed creating artwork in the style of pointillism since 1989. Created over 250 pieces that are part of the art collection, commissioned projects, and more. Throughout all these years and holding on to the joy of drawing as a hobby, he had many more important values in life. Has had a successful career as graphic arts and publications industry from 1977 to 2021. Creating artwork while working a full-time job brought him a sense of balance. Retired now, creating artwork is now a full-time passion. Thank you, Randall and Peterson, for being here today.
Great job designing those buttons.
My favorite one was that one at Mickey's. I think he captured the spirit of Aurora sitting in the window at Mickey's absolutely perfectly. Her and Evie both are easily recognizable. So
That's great.
If you have not already purchased a Winter Carnival button, I encourage everyone to do so. They're absolutely fabulous this year.
Well, welcome Uncommon Construction. They're one of our sponsors this year.
Yeah, Uncommon Construction is a non-profit building program that uses the build process to empower youth with the skills, network, resources, and experience to lead the workforce after high school or college.
all right, founded in New Orleans. We're heading down there pretty shortly for Mardi Gras as our Winter Carnival family. It's one
Wow.
of our next events on our agenda for the 2025 year. So
So you're not done.
the great lie of Carnival. So
You've only begun.
that's a Carpenter song I can vaguely remember. So
Yes, yeah, well, I just dated us.
I don't think it did. I'm pretty sure that's my parents'
Oh,
song. And I know of it, so it's not dating
at the
quite
wedding
yet.
or what? I'm like,
I hear grandchild more easily. Well, welcome. The Sleigh Bell Dancers are with us again this year.
all right.
They are a volunteer high kick jazz ensemble, holiday dance group. They perform throughout the Twin Cities area during the holidays. Check them out at sleighbelldancers.com.
Director of the Sleigh Bell Dancers, Lori Goldstein. Choreographers, Heather Hildebrand and Cindy Novi. This is our 20th year celebration.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Well, they're a perennial part of our parade.
I'm a little jealous of their boots. I feel like I need to get myself a pair.
they're in sync too. Look at that.
Just like us. Perfect in sync. Announcing.
No, that was the Vulcan boy band from last year, actually, I believe. So
Oh, wow.
Next, we have the St. Paul Toboggan Club. The St. Paul Toboggan Club is incorporated and recognized as a 501c3 nonprofit. At the Toboggan Club, their mission is to promote educating the youth and general public about the sport of tobogganing and celebrate the history of St. Paul has with it. They do so by building connections through active social events during the winter months. You can look out for them on the hills of St. Paul. I feel like I need some literature on this. This seems like a great club to join.
And a great year to join it.
Well, it's truly a Minnesotan club, isn't it?
You know, I remember going to the Winter Carnival as a kid, and there used to be a toboggan run that went down from the Capitol, down the hill. Then there was this thing called insurance.
The longest sleigh ride was down Ramsey Hill.
Oh, was it? Wow.
he ends up in the Mississippi if you don't break right, I believe. So
This is Texas Roadhouse. Here comes Andy Armadillo. Hello, Andy. He's being accompanied by his best friends from Texas Roadhouse in Woodbury. They're known for their fresh baked bread, hand cut steaks, fall off the bone ribs, ice cold beer, and legendary margaritas.
They're making me happy or hungry.
And they invite you to come to dinner.
I'll have to check it out.
So the story goes that in the mountains of Austria, St. Nick visits families presenting gifts of chocolate and fruit to only good boys and girls every year on his name day, December 6th. But those on St. Nick's naughty list get a visit from Krampus, who is joining us today, Krampus, Minnesota. Children know that if they have been good all year long, then they have nothing to fear from Krampus's punishments. This tradition has been celebrated in the Alps for hundreds of years and has been in our saintly city since 2014. Minnesota Krampus is an educational nonprofit that teaches people about their culture throughout the year and gives an annual college scholarship.
Imagine the kids in a lot better there. They are ahead of the elf on the shelf.
Well, I like the Metro Transit bus. Go Wild, it says on the front. They're in second place in the league right now.
That's fabulous.
Metro Transit is a leading transportation resource for the Twin Cities, offering an integrated network of buses, light rail, and commuter trains, microtransit, as well as resources for those who carpool, vanpool, walk, or bike. In 2024, they provided more than 47 million rides across the Twin Cities region.
So next it looks like we have a few ambassador groups all together. So I'm sorry if I don't get everyone, but they are with this Minnesota State Fair. These two adorable giant gophers are Fairborn and Fairchild, the official mascots of the Minnesota State Fair. Marching along with Fairborn and Fairchild today is the one and only Princess K of the Milky Way, representing the dairy farmers of the Midwest Dairy Association. Did you know that Minnesota has the biggest 12-day state fair in the whole USA, attracting nearly 2 million people each year? It's a world-class showcase for all Minnesota agriculture and industry, as well as the latest technology and entertainment. Not only that, but it's a great opportunity to see the hot and sweaty Minnesotan largest get-together. And if you don't forget, this is your chance to eat the world on a stick as well. The Minnesota State Fair is located right here in St. Paul, and it's 12 days of fun ending on Labor Day.
Looks like we also have the ambassadors from Wright County. And they're here to spread some cheer as they say hello to St. Paul and visit this beautiful city. As ambassadors, their mission is to promote community spirit, involvement, and pride. They are anxious to see if Volcanus Rex can take over winter, and they will bid a sad farewell to King Boreas.
And here comes the Inver Grove Heights Scholarship Program. The Inver Grove Heights Scholarship Program is a nonprofit organization that provides service to its community as well as educational scholarships to our royal court.
Miss Inver Grove Heights is Jaslyn, Junior Miss Anna Lee, Junior Princess Reagan, Junior Princess Healy, and Little Miss Jenna and Little Princess Ava.
Well, here we have Sunbelt Rentals, and this is what we all need for our house, is one of those. A giant generator. Every year they bring something bigger. They're powering job site and events across North America, from construction and industrial projects to emergency response and special events. Sunbelt delivers the right equipment, expert support, and safety first mindset to support communities every day. That's a serious generator.
That's a big generator. Children's Minnesota is coming up right after. It's the largest pediatric health system in the United States, and the only one in Minnesota devoted exclusively to children from before birth through young adulthood.
Well, folks, remember to stick around, not too short of a time. We're going to start seeing Vulcan come up here, and once Vulcan comes, it gets pretty loud. After everybody gets settled, the overthrow will take place right here on the steps. It's a lot of fun to watch. The odds are slightly in favor of Vulcan again for the 140th time. However, it's always a fight.
Up next, we have the Farmington Ambassadors. The Farmington Ambassador Programs exists to provide opportunities for young women and girls in the Farmington area. Ambassadors gain poise, speaking abilities, and community service experience during their time with the program. The ambassadors travel near and far to share the Farmington story and goodwill. This program intent is to teach skills that will be valuable throughout life. You are all invited to attend Farmington Top the Tater Days the fourth week of June each summer. Thank you, Farmington. Following Farmington, we have the Robbinsdale royalty. Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days Ambassadors is celebrating their 78th festival, Whiz Bang Days, July 9th through 12th, 2026. The ambassadors this year are Jazzy, Amelia, Bella, Jackie, and Charlotte. The festival offers many events throughout the 4-day celebration, including parade, ambassador coronation, fireworks, a Saturday's kids market, among many more other events. Thank you, Robbinsdale.
Now we have Rent My Party Bus. It's the largest and longest running party bus company in Minnesota, established in 2008. They help you create an forgettable on-the-move celebrations by providing exciting, reliable, and safe party bus experiences for every occasion. They do everything from birthday parties, bachelor and bachelorette parties, to holiday light tours.
Here comes my favorite part of the Torchlight Parade, the St. Paul Winter Carnival Pooper Scoopers. They've been cleaning up the streets of St. Paul for over 40 years, and they really are in the business of picking it all up. Thank you for being here, you guys.
Here we have Scott Keister and his family. He's the parade coordinator this year. That's a tough job, so thank you for everything, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
And we also have Senator John Hoffman, his wife Yvette, here. John is a member of the Minnesota State Senate, and his daughter Hope. They are the grand marshals for this year's parade. Senator Hoffman, welcome back.
Welcome. Here's Osmond Shiners. The Osmond Clowns are here with us tonight.
So the Osmond Shrine is a local temple of Shriners, internationally a fraternity of men built on fun fellowship and strong morals with roots going back to 1872. Shriners are known for their iconic fezzes and their dedication to camaraderie, service, and community involvement.
So folks, it's getting pretty loud, so just to let you know, we're going to have the 1985 Vulcan crew, the 2001 True Grit crew, the 2012 Four Horsemen crew, 2013 Fire and Brimstone crew, and the 2014 Vulcan crew.
I want to also highlight City and County Credit Union for all their work that they have done with the Southwind organization as well as the Vulcans.
I feel an overthrow.
They do seem to have numbers on their side.
They do. And the heat.
And enthusiasm.
event to highlight the 2025 Vulcan crew as part of becoming the part of the Imperial Order of Fire and Brimstone. Their mission is to represent the hot side of Winter Carnival legend and spread joy and warmth throughout the realm. Sponsored by Vulc 86 Designs, whose mission is to bring your imagination to life through custom graphics, designs, and personalized creations. Whether you have a design or want to craft something unique, we transform ideas into tangible art. And it looks like all our friends from the Bowlegs crew is over there. Hope you're staying warm.
Steve, what are the South Winds doing here?
I think
Didn't
they've
you guys go
defected
through
already.
I told you the South Winds are unreliable. Don't take
Yeah,
South.
that's a surprise. I didn't expect to see the South Winds again.
I'm feeling more confident.
This time of the year, they're often leaving for vacation. Golfing might be involved. It's hard
Yeah,
to tell.
That's
So.
true. So maybe they're just getting a head start on going south.
Thank you to the St. Paul Fire Department.
You know, Boreas, I think they may have brought more strength this year.
They're going to need it. No.
Well, the 2026 family is behind us now, so they're ready for a fight. They're looking not that confident.
They're looking cold to me.
As well they should be. They brought the frost.
That's a whole sea of red out there.
Sea of red, sea of fire.
I will say, though, in a story of two warring kings, summer and winter, there's always a woman's voice that comes forward, shapes the moment.
The queen is the key element in this whole drama. So
I think we should take another poll. How many people out here are for Vulcan?
Yay!
How about Boreas?
Here comes the 20...
You don't have a lot of support this year, Boreas. You did too good job on winter here.
And here comes the 2026 Vulcan crew celebrating 140 years, defeating Boreas Rex and bringing the joy of summer and warmth back to St. Paul. Led by the true king of the St. Paul Winter Carnival, Volcanus Rex the 88th.
That's hurtful, really. That's very hurtful.
Sorry, Boreas. Joined by the fiery Vulcan crew and their beloved chariot, Laverne. Affectionately named after the city in which she was built, right here in Minnesota with all of their families. Well, that is the end of the parade, and we'll be coming to the Overthrow. Again, I want to remind everyone the Landmark Center is open for warmth and comfort, as well as a DJ as well later this evening, sponsored by KDWB. Thank you for coming and joining the SPNN today for the St. Paul Winter Carnival, brought to you by Place Credit Union, the coolest celebration on earth.
All right, folks, it's starting. You can see all the torches lining up by the steps. The overthrow attempt will happen right here on the steps of the library. Here's the 2026 Winter Carnival family.
Asking for Mike one. Test 1, 2, 3.
You do have support, King. Let's hear it again for the Winter Carnival family.
Hello.
How about for Boreas? How about him for Boreas 2026?
He says he's in charge.
This isn't working.
Yeah, I don't know why. He's talking to
Try it now.
Test. Doesn't sound like it. See if you hear it. Boris. Wait till we get the voice in here. I had no idea they made all kind of tricks in the fun size. Test 1 2 test 1 2. Test 1 2 test 1 2. It's 139 to 1 tonight, folks. Let's hear for us, the good guys. Oh yeah.
Let's hear it for Vulcan. Vulcan doesn't have a microphone yet.
Test 1 2 test 1 2 test 1 2.
How about cheering for Vulcan?
Test 1 2 test 1 2 test 1 2. Test 1 2 test 1 2.
Yeah, that's okay, just so I know. Very good.
Test.
Back on.
What? I don't have his number. Fuck him. You know what? Craig? Oh, they're pulling me over. We don't have a microphone trick because they don't want it back here. It was glorious. It's about time. I've been here 20 minutes waiting for you.
Hey, it's time for you to go home. Pack your bags, buddy.
There's zero chance that's happening tonight. We're going 139 to 1, big boy.
No. We've had this talk. You must remember the Vulcans don't lose.
It seems to me you took a lot on the chin this week, baby.
Nothing you can do, Murphy. You got it. You're going home, man. You're going home tonight.
This is home. This is home right here for us now.
No. You live on the other side of the river.
Is that all you got? Is that it?
Good fight.
Is that it?
We're coming.
Here, take this.
There's no way.
This one's hot now.
There's zero chance. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, no toast. Don't go. No. No toast. Stop, no toast. No toast. No, don't go. Don't go. No way, no. Because you had to take one of ours, that's the problem. No toast is the toughest. Yeah, I'm as close as I've always been. Come on, No Toast, back to our side. Get back to our side, No Toast.
Boreas, family, to Mount Olympus we go.
we weren't sure you could do it.
He was tough. He was tough. We had a battle. We had a bunch of times together. He gave a good fight. He gave a good fight, but you know the Vulcans always win.
So are you all happy summer's coming? All right. So Volcanus, tell them a little bit about what you did this week.
Hey, we went to a lot of schools in this district. We taught these kids how to be Vulcans. We taught them how to be good. We spread our love. That's what we did. The Vulcans did their job.
Now, folks, as we talked about, that's going to continue. You do a lot more volunteering. This group's going to do a lot around the city. It's just begun.
It never stops. It's a year-long event. We take care of the community. We take care of people all over. We travel Florida, Winnipeg. We go all around.
Do you want to introduce your crew?
I'd love to start introducing my crew. Clinker, come on down. Joe, give it a second.
Grab a mic.
I'm the Duke of Clinker. I'm Joe Jansen from St. Paul. I am the Grand Duke Fertilius. Scott Peterson, hailing from Woodbury.
I'm Count Emerius. And I'm Corey Pika from Neighbor Grove Heights, baby! I am the Prince of Soot. I'm Jeff Throne from Stillwater, Minnesota.
I am Baron Hot Sparkus. Grew up in North St. Paul, live in Woodbury, Chris O'Connor. Woo!
I am the Count of Ashes. Nick Tamburo from Afton, Minnesota.
I'm General Flamus. I'm Dennis Bowe from Woodbury. I'm Dave Jansen. I'm from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. I am Volcanus Rex 88, bringing you the heat, baby. You know it.
All right, let's hear it again for Vulcan and thank them for bringing us summer. Please join us for the dance and bring on the fireworks.